There's an article in Politico how the Democrats are going to use the strategy playbook from 2006, right? After they lost the bid for the White House in 2004, Bush got reelected. The Democrats, with Rahm Emanuel and people like Chuck Schumer and Pelosi, came up with this big playbook, and that's how they retook a lot of stuff and then got the White House in '08. And this article, oh boy, it's like, you want to go to Rahm Emanuel, who is like screwing up my hometown, Chicago, and Chuck Schumer, who's taken more money from Goldman Sachs than anybody on record. It's this, oh God, this whole article is basically just showing the way this article is reporting it, and the strategy is showing the thing that I've talked about, that my friend John Updike, who runs openprimaries.org, talks about, which is the two parties don't care necessarily about winning. They just want to stay in power. And what this is all about is, yeah, it's important to get back districts and get state Senate races won, and get House races won, and state legislatures and governorships. But it's just, what this is talking about is let's hope that Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, and they go hang out with Rahm Emanuel, and they'll come up with this. So it's more just like, oh, Coke has to retake Pepsi in sales. That's all this is. It's just more of the same nonsense. And look, okay, this is a fine strategy, but this article and the DNC corporate leadership misses the whole point. They're starting with the 23 districts Hillary Clinton won in 2016, and the 10 she lost by less than 4 points, and the 9 she lost by less than 4 points, but Obama won twice. Add in what Heck calls Republican incumbents who have vulnerabilities of a self-inflicted nature, and that's their update on the 26 play. The shorthand term here is targets and opportunities, Heck said, but added that the battlefield will likely expand. The other way to become a target of opportunity, here's the technical term for it: stupid voters. So they think you're stupid. The DNC just said they think you're stupid voters. And they're going to trick you. Here's what the DNC is going to do. They're going to fight Trump's healthcare plan, because it's a bad plan, and get everybody in love with Obamacare, which is not a good plan, because they still won't just come out and say single payer. They're going to do all this analysis and spend millions of dollars to figure out all the... I tell you why you lost those districts that voted for Obama twice, that Hillary lost. You didn't resonate with... You don't have no plan for working people. You are part of the problem. All those people who came to Obama in '08 for hope and change, he was going to get us out of war, the endless war that Bush got us in. He was going to save the banks that Bush, he was going to save people's houses. Bush created that. There's still people, friends of mine, smart people, comedians on the left who still think Obama just inherited Bush's mortgage crisis and did the best he could. He should have charged him, but no. He added his own money to it. He added more hundreds of billions of dollars of tax money. And people who lost their homes and saw jobs go away and saw, everything, all their costs go up, medical costs, housing costs, food costs. They saw all this shit happen, and Obama didn't do much about it. If you worked for the auto industry, the big three, yeah, you got saved, okay. But even Hillary didn't campaign. They keep missing the point, because they don't have a real progressive platform. They have a corporate. They're just pro-choice, pro-gay marriage Republicans. That's all the Democrats are. And they just want you to just buy their nonsense. And they're going to talk about resist, and Pelosi's going to resist, but she's part of the problem. Chuck Schumer is part of the problem. Tim Kaine is part of the problem. Howard Dean is part of the problem. We need to vote them out. This strategy is bullshit. You know what this strategy is? This is the same 8 years of anybody but Bush. We heard that. Anyone but Bush. And here's where we are. And if you keep doing this, if you're one of their stupid voters, that's what they think of you. They think you're a stupid voter. If you just keep thinking, I've argued with people on Twitter like, whoa, I only had 2 choices to vote. It was either Hillary or Trump. Really? My ballot had like 10 names on it. What are you talking about? So go to places like openprimaries.org. That's one way to change this. Because this is just more professional wrestling. That's all this is. Is then, we'll get back a couple seats in 2018, and then some corporate Democrat, probably Elizabeth Warren or someone like that, who I don't have a lot of faith in her. She just seems like part of the machine, part of the problem. She's just a little bit better than the corporate Democrats. I don't want a little bit better anymore. I want a real fucking progressive. That's what I want. I want a real progressive that's going to get out there and fight and say, no, single payer healthcare. That's just happening. No more war. We're done with the U.S. tax dollars paying to kill Middle Eastern civilians. We're done with that game. We're going to invest in our infrastructure. People who are sick from contaminated water, that ends. You get water. You don't have to pay your water bill. You don't have to pay for contaminated water. We're not going to put a tax lien on your house. We're not going to arrest you for just coming to a town hall meeting in Flint and have strong, big cops twice the size of a woman with a disability and slam her against the wall and handcuff her. We're not going to do that anymore. That's what I want to hear, and I don't want to hear it. It's never going to be Pelosi or Chuck Schumer. Anytime you hear them, they're leading the charge, you know it's a mistake. And Rahm Emanuel's part of the goddamn problem. So don't go for any of this bullshit. This is a great thing to read, like, oh, these are the same lies they gave us in 2016 I was one of the one that fell for it. I'm not falling for it again. So thanks for watching the show, and don't fall for the DNC's corporate bullshit.